From the great halls of their house, there are assembled three who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher. Their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicki Fisher, and our Batman, the master of tools, gadgets, and all things mechanical, our mild-mannered soon-to-be millionaire, Alan Danvers. Their mission? To fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with us and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team.
Welcome to the Garage Heroes in Training podcast. I'm going to be one of the hosts for this episode. My name is Bill. Who else is hosting?
I'm Vicki.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jennifer.
I'll be Alan.
I think we did it.
We got everybody.
449 episodes to do it that poorly, but still be the best we've ever done.
That was great. That was the best.
Look, everybody's just patting themselves on the back. They got their names right.
I know they're going to dislocate your shoulder, people here. All right. We are preparing for episode 450, and we got off sequence. So we are doing a quick recording to summarize our race at PittRace 2023 with the 24 hours of lemons. How was the weather, people?
Gorgeous.
Amazing.
Oh my.
It was
Like
the best
not
it has
even-
been in all the races I've been there.
Right?
Yes,
Except for Saturday night overnight. It was quite wet.
just a little bit.
Little bit.
Just a little bit.
Ah,
All
that
right.
was minor compared to the way it's always usually.
Okay. So we came, we saw, we kicked a couple people's butt. What car did we use, everyone?
Honda.
Honda Civic.
There we go.
1993 with a now new 1998 engine. I wouldn't say new, but rebuilt 1998 engine.
New to that
And it's got-
chassis.
Yo.
Yeah.
VTEC, yo.
That's right.
Big, huge 1.6 liter single cam VTEC. All of the powers.
It can
All of-
kick ass, man.
Well,
Ugh.
maybe.
Well,
Okay.
you know.
That's TBD, people. That is still TBD. All right.
0 to 60 in 6 minutes.
Well, obviously, that's if it's going downhill, by the way. Obviously, we did a little bit of work since our last race in this car, which was in August of last year. Anyone want to summarize our winter festivities?
Alan, you want to take the lead on this one?
We took the motor and transmission out, put them to the side. We told them we're going to talk to them later. And
We're in
then,
timeout right now.
yeah, our friend, the good doctor, helped us out with some spare Honda parts and knowledge and all that good stuff. Rebuilt a Honda VTEC 1.6 motor out of a, say, 97, 98 version.
Right.
And then I think he also rebuilt the transmission as well with some synchros and fun stuff there.
I
And we
believe
put it back in.
I believe that Alan has covered something that we need to make. I think we have to put this up for vote. Our friend, who everyone calls lovingly Mr. Honda, I believe, after getting it to the point where we can do an engine teardown, reassembly, engine transmission reassembly, and
That's the
reinstallation
thesis right there.
and run,
yeah.
he should be elevated from Mr. Honda,
Yeah.
to Dr. Honda.
Yeah, that's a
Dr.
thesis
Honda.
right there.
I
So,
agree.
I
agree.
I'm gonna sit on the board on that one. I'll say that one's a go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any nays?
Yeah.
Any nays?
I
No.
second
No
that.
names.
No nays?
Awesome.
Unanimous. We are giving him an honorary Garage Heroes in Training GHIT doctorate, Dr. Honda.
Heck
Thank
yeah.
Thank you
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 very
know
much.
that and like $250, I get you a cup of coffee. You're all set.
Well, if you got a coupon.
So yeah, so we rebuilt the motor transmission and put her back in. We tried some other dancy stuff and we got basically just put it right back together the way it was with just a little bit upgraded horsepower.
Not
And
much, though.
A couple
Not
trials and
much.
tribulations. Yeah, just a slight bump. Nothing too crazy, but the car runs great. It's super awesome.
Mhm.
And fun. It was fun to drive.
Excellent.
Super
right.
fun.
So, Jeremy, you're excluded from this at this point because you had not driven the CMC Chrissy's mom's cookies Honda to this point.
I had not.
But to the other three of you, was there a noticeable difference when you were on track? Was it a little faster? Was it different? Was it kind of the same, or what do you think?
I think
I
it
thought-
was. Sorry.
Go ahead, Jen. Go ahead.
I thought it was smoother to drive.
Smoother. What do you
Smoother.
mean?
I don't know. It just seemed easier to drive.
Easier. Okay.
Yeah.
Miss
I
Vicki?
don't.
I thought that the RPMs needed to be revved higher and kept higher. For this one, it seems like the car really just kind of wanted to get out and do something.
Mhm.
But it was a smooth drive. I really can't determine if it was any faster.
Bill can tell
Well,
us.
I mean,
my
we
lap
all
times from
agree it's
last
super
year.
fast because that thing is a race car. So let's just get that out of the way. Super fast.
Right, but
We did
as
have to bulge the hood a little bit just to keep some more of the horsepower in, but we're doing okay.
but I really can't say that I had seen I mean, there was a difference, but I would not say that there was an abrupt difference, like a whole new motor series upgrade would have been different. But I thought it was better, a little bit more powerful, and again that the revs just like to be a lot higher and steady higher to run.
That's VTEC.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo.
Mr. Allen, any comments?
I think the motor was just a slight upgrade. It wasn't a big difference on that. So I didn't, I don't know. But I as far as how the car ran, I think it ran really well.
It did.
Jeremy did the solid 2-hour alignment and got us nice and straight. So it ran great for race, like super good.
Oh, speaking of
I
which,
did really.
Oh, speaking
No, I'm
of
serious because it was set up just right. Like,
Yeah.
like it was,
Speaking
if you
of-
want to turn around, it'll turn around. Oh, yeah.
speaking of Mr. Hall, thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
the assist. Thank you for the assist on that.
very much
Would
so.
would you like to perhaps describe and or quantify the lovely alignment we had upon arrival?
What alignment? What alignment?
There were four wheels. I mean,
Yes, there were 4 wheels. They were kind of pointed in the correct direction.
well,
kind of.
I mean, they were pointed in a direction.
They were
None of them-
they were pointed in a direction, none of them in the same direction.
No, none in the same direction.
So what happened was when I went out to test it and break in the motor on Friday was I noticed that as I started gaining speed, the car was just darting all over the track. Like it was almost like when you're driving on the street and there's a big crack in the road and the crack pulls your car all over the place.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Right. It's kind of the same thing. It was darting from left to right and just completely random. And it would do the same thing in the middle of the corner. So because we needed to break the motor in, we all went out and we drove the car and just kind of got some time on the motor to make sure that it was good. And then we checked the alignment and the front was almost 3/8 of an inch of toe, which we really want about an 1/8 of an inch. At most, the rear was facing basically both rear wheels were turned to the left.
Mhm.
So it was like
in the same
like
direction.
in the same direction. It was like pulling itself down the track, but the back of the car was like shifted to the right. And it was just chaotic. It was just a mess. So Chris was Dr. Honda
Yes.
was so nice as to let us use his hub alignment tools, and we bolted that thing up and we aligned that thing, and it is perfect now. Oh, camber in the back was like I think it was 2 degrees difference from one side to the other.
Is that
So
a
that
is that a
was-
big deal for the home game players?
That's quite a big deal, especially turning one direction to the other direction. So it was kind of a little messed up, to say the least. But we got it right, and we spent some time on it, like Alan said, and we got the alignment good, and the car drove absolutely perfectly after.
Yeah,
Mm.
Jeremy had a lot of head scratching when he was trying to line that thing up, going, "What the heck?" and then by the time we got done, the steering wheel was just cocked just a little bit. He's
Oh.
like, "Son of a bitch!"
Yeah.
See, that
and no
didn't
matter
bother
what,
me at all.
Just a little bit.
just a little tiny bit to the left, and Chris kept coming over and straightening it as I was doing the alignment to
Yeah.
make sure, and he would hold it while I made the measurements and movements, and it still As soon as everything was done and straight, put it on the ground, and the steering wheel decided, yeah, I don't want to stay straight. I'm just going to turn a little bit to the left.
Well, I mean,
So
most of the time you
go
have
back
to
in
turn.
and do it again. It just makes
Yeah.
the subtle adjustments on the front.
Right. Yep.
It
Yep.
didn't bother me though driving.
No.
Mhm.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So
It handled very well. I can tell you that. It handled very, very well after that.
Until it didn't.
until it.
But we'll
until
get
it-
into that. But listen, the engine is great, and the engine is still great. We had other issues.
We'll talk about those. Don't worry. I've got
Yep.
an outline here. We're
Mhm.
fine.
Okay.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, we ran for 2 days. Did we have any issues? Did we have any features?
We had some special features.
Did we?
Well, do we have
Sure.
any drivers spin the vehicle? Let's just start with there. No,
Yes. Oh,
that's
I don't
right.
think any drivers spun any vehicles on track all the way around.
Intentionally? I'm not sure it was intentional.
Well, all right.
All right. I don't know.
Let's skip the black flag, shall we?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's get to those as that conversation comes,
Okay.
because that's a whole story in and of itself.
all right. Let's start with Jeremy. Jeremy, how many black flags did you get?
I got well,
On one
got
hand,
one.
just on one hand.
Jeremy,
Okay,
how
wait
many-
a minute.
No,
that
I
were
got
yours. How about just the ones that
oh,
were
that
yours?
were mine.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm not
I
saying
didn't
how
get
many
any.
times
Okay,
did you
I
go
didn't get any.
into. I'm saying how many black flags did you get?
Oh, I didn't get any. Okay,
None.
I didn't
none.
get any.
Okay. All right. Let's
None.
I'm just working my way through the screens as they are. Mr. Allen, shockingly,
Yes.
I know the answer to this question. How many black flags did you get, sir?
In the Civic.
Well, now I know you weren't watching, but
Uh-huh.
I also I put myself in another car too, and I didn't get any.
Oh, really?
Really?
Either car.
Good for you,
Either car.
Alan.
So this is like a first, nearly, where you have a
Congratulations.
weekend where you don't get black flags. So let's go to the rock
Congratulations.
stars. Let's go to the rock stars of our team.
Holding the team down, man.
The ones who never get black flags, or should I,
Never.
or should I,
Historically impeccable.
wait? Maybe I need
Oh.
to change it from never getting black flags to never serving black flags.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
And this is perfect. This story is absolutely amazing how this worked out.
Miss Jen, if I were to say you drove 200 laps this weekend, it's not quite that much. In the first 199 laps, did you get any black flags?
Yes, sir.
No, that's
No?
that's not true.
No, you got
On
it on
the-
your last lap.
On the 200th lap, did you get a black flag?
See, here's the story with that.
Yeah. All right.
Well, see, they threw a black flag, and I looked at the flag and saw what I thought was my number. So
Mhm.
I waved, like I acknowledged it.
You waved.
I did, like
As
I
in-
acknowledged the black flag.
As in, I'm going to screw my next teammate. Yeah, go ahead.
So, I wasn't quite around the track yet, but the next two flags were 185. Never once did my flag ever come back up. So I'm like thinking maybe they made a mistake because I didn't know what I did wrong at
And
the
we
time.
all know that our car cannot.
Oh, they didn't
do-
make a mistake.
we all know that our car cannot possibly have done 185. So that's not us, right? Okay.
Right.
So Miss Jen, you proceeded to come in, and then I believe Mr. Allen, did you go out?
No.
Oh,
No,
you went out?
it was
Oh, you
No,
got
Vicki did.
okay.
But wait a minute. When
No.
I came in, I said, what
did?
did I say? Who was in the pit with me?
yeah,
I
you
was
served
there.
your
It was
black
me.
flag. She came in for it.
Yeah.
No.
I
I
was-
said,
no.
I think I
See?
got a black flag.
Well, and I
Yep.
said we'll find out soon. And who went in after you?
Yep.
Vicki.
Me.
Oh, okay, Miss Vicki.
So I did one lap.
Did you do a good lap? Was it a good lap?
No, because I got a black flag.
What?
So I had to come in.
In one lap, you got a black
in
flag?
one
What's the
lap.
matter
And I'm
with
just
you?
like, what? Okay. So I come in and they're like, so do you know what you did? And I'm like, nope.
No.
I have no idea. And then
in the
Jennifer comes
shower.
walking over. And she goes, "It was me."
Yeah, she gets into the garage, and she goes, "I'm gonna go take a shower," because she knows what's coming. So she goes and gets her stuff, and she washes. She just leaves, disappears. I'm gonna go wash my sins away.
You got to wash that stuff right out of your hair. You can't keep that around. You know what I'm saying? You got to, once you get that on, you just got to wash it right away. So I'm with her on that one.
Okay.
Right.
So after Jennifer's baptism, Miss Vicki was allowed to go out, which is
Yep.
fantastic. Miss Vicki.
Yep.
Just a question.
I was doing really good.
Just a question. Let's say
Yeah.
you did 200 laps this weekend, which is an
Yep.
exaggeration. On the first 199 laps, did you get any black flags?
No, I did
okay.
not.
Okay.
I
But you
was
served one.
focused. I was doing really well.
Okay. Are you related in any? I'm just background for the new listeners. Are you related in any way to Miss Jennifer?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So typically sisters could have somewhat traits. So 199 laps, no black flags, right?
No black flags.
And you almost never get black flags. Like I could probably count on one hand. I'll check the scoreboard, but I could probably count on one hand how many black flags you've gotten in your entire career. So
Yeah.
199 laps, no black flags. What about lap 200, my dear?
Yeah, well, mistakes were made.
So let's get this straight.
Please.
You got a black flag on your
did.
last lap.
I did.
And Jennifer got a black flag on her last lap. Who got in the car after you, my dear?
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yes.
But I told him, I'm like, listen, I got I went all four wheels off because I lost it in the back S's. And
you really need to pronunciate that a little better.
Yeah, so I went off in the back S's.
Better. Much better.
Okay.
Okay. That's a whole
So-
different thing about racing. But go on.
Yeah. So I broke concentration and at that point I was really trying to I think we were just running really well and I just broke it. So I came in and I told Jeremy, actually I was trying to radio in, but our radio wasn't working in my helmet. And I was saying, I have to come in. I'm getting a black flag. I went four wheels off. And I told Jeremy, as soon as I got in, you're going to have to come in because I got a black flag. But I think you did a lap, right?
No, I was in the car strapped in, and as I'm getting ready to leave, Vicki says, "I think I might have got a black flag."
Oh, I know I got a black flag.
Oh, yeah, no, I got a black flag, but I don't know if they gave it to me.
Oh,
So,
they
go ahead, Bill.
Can I add to the story just a little bit? Jeremy, what was I discussing with you on the way to get Miss Vicki out of the car? Literally right before you were going to get into the car. What was the discussion that I had with you about contacting Miss Vicki on the radio before a pit stop? You remember this?
No.
Yeah,
refresh
don't
my
do
memory.
it. Don't do it. Yeah, don't call her in because if
don't
you tell her
tell
to laugh,
her.
Yes.
she's going to wreck right
Yes.
Because
Yes,
she
okay.
will stop concentrating
her.
when she knows it's time to get out of the car, and she will literally just drive off the track.
And that is exactly so I said, we're getting close. I said, do you want me to come over the radio and tell Vicki to do one more lap
No.
and come in? And Bill was like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not, because she'll go off if you do that.
She did.
And
So
I didn't need
so
help.
here's my theory. Okay. I think she knew when the pit stop was, and she looked at the clock in the radio in the car.
Actually, I kind of did do that, but no, that's not what made me break my concentration.
And then she proceeds to just drive off the track. So now we have to take radio
I know
communication.
what I did to do it. I know what I was doing when I went off.
Then stop doing it.
I was trying to drive one gear higher. Is
Okay.
what I was trying to do.
Well, apparently there's a limit.
No, there is a limit.
So now we have to take the timer out of the car. We have to take the radio communication out of the car. And apparently now we have to take the clock out of the car to keep her on the freaking track.
Well, you know what? There was, when you put that thing on my phone, there was a lap timer.
I had
were you looking at that?
I had it facing out, didn't I?
No, yeah, when you turned it, there ended up being a
Oh,
lap timer,
no.
and it was like halfway through, I noticed a lap timer, and I'm like, ooh. So I kept trying to beat my score a little bit.
This is why
Because
we
there were
can't have
markers.
good things.
There were markers going around the track. You know,
This is why we can't have good things.
Oh, dang that Apex Pro. So,
So don't
needless
blame
to say,
Mr. Blinky.
I get in the car
Mr. Blinky's
and
nice.
I go on track.
I have a question. Before we get there, Jeremy. Before we get there, did you drive 3 stints in our car with the Apex Pro?
Yeah.
Mr. Jeremy. 3 stints. Vicki drove 2, I believe. Now, did the Apex Pro or the lap timer cause you to drive off the track?
No, I didn't even realize there was a lap timer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at perhaps the track and our competitors.
No, that's not what did it.
Okay.
Yes, my focus is out the windshield and the mirrors, and yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mr. Allen, a
sir.
self-approved leader in our team for getting black flags. You drove
He's doing so good though.
3 stints, I believe as well, and double stinted, and you had the same lap timer in the car. And did you drive off the track?
Well, so I thought the iPhone had some timer things on it, but I looked at them at one point, like at the end of the day, and I didn't really understand them. Because I'm not really good with numbers, so I didn't really. But then my friend was there. My friend, Mr. Blinky. He's so nice, you know, because he has the red and the green lights. He's like, "You're doing a lot of bad stuff. Here's the red," and there's like, "Here's the green for you." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And then sometimes it was more than one green, but I think he always gave me a green, like just one.
Yep.
Just to be like, I think. I mean, I wasn't really watching it, but then Mr. Blinky left me.
Okay.
He didn't like me driving.
I get you. I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah, mistakes were made.
It happened.
Yep. So it was awesome.
Was.
Vicki tells me I got a black flag. So I come over the radio as I'm entering the track. And I said, "Hey, Bill, it sounds like Vicki got a black flag. Should I just keep driving or should I come in?" And Bill responds with, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, she was very quiet about communicating that to me.
Yes. And I said, so I repeated myself and I said, "Should I come in?" And he goes, "Well, keep driving. Let me go find out because I'm almost near the judges." "Yes, you need to come in." I said, "Okay, perfect. I'm coming in this lap."
Yes.
So I drove in and I drove into the penalty box and I sat there for a second. Mr. Randy Bish comes over and he goes, "So what'd you do?" "I don't know. I didn't do anything. I just got in the car."
Yep. So, ladies.
There's a pattern here.
Oh, yes, there is.
Glass houses, people. Glass houses. Okay, very well.
No, it was fit. It could not have been planned out any better. Jennifer gets a black flag. Vicki has to serve it. Vicki's like, "Well, screw this. If I have to serve somebody else's, I'm going to make somebody else serve mine."
Jeremy, I bequeath unto you a black flag. Yeah. Okay. All right. We had a great weekend, I believe. I was a little out of sorts, but
absolutely great weekend.
Great weekend. I would like to bring to the judges, we broke the cardinal sin of lemons again.
We did?
We did?
We did.
Which one? Just so I know which category to put it in.
We went to a race with a broken car. It wasn't working.
Well,
Shut the
now there is
clutch up.
something
Thought I
to
muted.
that. Yeah, you tell him. You shut the clutch up. Yeah. So there's something to that, you know. But I think it wasn't intentional, and the fixing of the clutch, I think, was one of those like we wanted to do that before anyway.
Before the
Well,
race.
the thing is that when we were working on the clutch, we ended up having 2 projects happen at the same time, which our project for the clutch was actually what should have been like a 20-minute whatever, ended up being more like an hour to like an hour and a half because Bill needed the car to set up the Sentinel system, but the Sentinel system had to be rolled outside. So we couldn't get in to do some of the stuff that we needed to do because
can I
So
dispute
it's
this
kind of like
slightly?
one monkey truck on top of another monkey
Right.
truck. You know what I'm
Can-
saying? There were
Right.
just trucks on top of monkeys and monkeys on top of trucks. Is
I
really
would like
what's
to
going on
dispute this in not one but two separate ways. One,
there. Yeah.
the clutch could have been fixed at the hangar with the tools that would have made it work.
yes, but
No,
we
we
ran
didn't
out
have
of
two-
we didn't have
time.
parts.
We
And
ran out of time and we didn't have
two-
the parts.
And two, we had all the parts. And
No,
two,
not till last minute.
and two, that doesn't make the 2.5 hour clutch fix on Sunday has nothing to do with the Sentinel.
We did not have the parts that we needed for the power pressure
Okay,
and
what
the
about,
bleeding.
What about
No,
Sunday?
we can go all on about this whole clutch mess because this clutch mess was a clutch mess.
Yeah.
It was a mother
they are.
clutcher.
Shut the clutch up and let's just
Yeah.
move on.
Okay. So I am proposing
Wow.
yet again
Mhm.
the First Amendment of the Garage Harrison Training Declaration of Independence is we fix the car before we go to the track. We don't wait.
It
Can't
is
wait.
a great idea.
It is a good- I
Points
mean,
on
yeah.
that one. Yeah.
All right, very well. I will let it go then. So we've covered our Black Flag extravaganza.
Mhm.
We did.
I mean, the race was boring until that point. So Jennifer decided it was time to make it fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
I aim to.
And then she passed the torch on to Vicki.
It's been a very long time since Miss Jen's gotten a Black Flag.
I honestly, it really has been.
I know you were like the only woman who did not spin the car at New Jersey with the all ladies team. It's been a while. It's very nice.
Oh,
Okay.
I remember that. Is that time that Vicki spun and never told anybody?
Yes. That would be it. Yeah.
I love you,
Yeah.
Vicki.
Yeah.
I don't do these things intentionally, but I just don't think that there's like a huge announcement. You know, I did it. I got the penalty.
You never
But-
discuss it later, though. It never comes up in conversation. I'm just saying.
I've already moved on to the next thing.
All right, very well. Okay, but let me rephrase. When Bill gets a Black Flag, we
Oh,
talk
Bill,
about
you haven't been in the car in like 2 years.
that. Okay, whatever. Anyway,
No, he was in it last year at Pit Race. I remember that.
that's true.
Remember that, Bill?
That's right. So, what are we doing post race, people? We got to wrap up the car. What do we got to do post race? What's our path moving forward?
Post race. For right now, we're working on a fit at the moment.
For the Civic. What are we going to do?
Right. Well, we have to work on the clutch.
Yes.
And still trying to determine why the clutch is doing what it's doing. So we're thinking we're going to check the pinhole, check the lines to see if there's a pinhole anywhere. And then we are going to check the gasket that goes around the reservoir tank before we get to the point of and of course another bleed, but and that is before we have to do anything more major than that.
Yeah.
And actually probably change the reservoir too wouldn't be bad because we can get a new lid to specifically fit the power bleeder.
Change the lines, change the reservoir,
Mm-hmm.
bleed the system before any further, mechanical things are looked at.
Mhm.
And it needs a nice little oil change, and it needs a brake fluid flush,
Mhm.
and then it's going to be ready. That car
Yeah.
is ready to rock and roll.
It needs one more thing.
It needs a non-halo seat.
There it is. I like
Yes,
that.
we have to do. Yeah, Bill tried to get into the car
My
Couldn't
melon
fit
head.
his head in there.
he was fine until he had
The
to put
helmet
his
with the
helmet
Hans.
on with
Yeah.
that unicorn helmet that he has.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
Too much brain for that seat.
Yep, that was a big helmet.
That's right.
But
I'm
so we
one
have
step
to
away
make
from
some adjustments.
I'm one step away from Darth Helmet in this.
Yeah,
It
You
is
know what they
black
say about big helmets?
and- Yep. Big heads.
Big heads.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So we did unveil for the first time to the public our new streaming channel.
Whoa.
It was amazing.
Thanks to the
Super
Sentinel. Thanks to
awesome.
the Sentinel system. It really
Yeah.
isn't
Love it.
hard to set up. It's hard when you're trying to get the AIM system set up with it, but that's a separate project.
Well, I think the problem we had, we were downloading new software. Weren't we updating software to the thing?
Yeah,
Is that why?
Yeah. So we did
so
some
it wasn't
trials
like a regular thing. It was like we just had to do it once, and then now it's updated. We don't have to do that again. I don't think
until Google changes YouTube again.
Something.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
that's fine.
So
Which was
I gotta
fun.
say that it's pretty awesome. The Sentinel system is pretty amazing, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna go back through and watch the footage when I have some time, and I'm gonna use it to help coach my teammates into becoming better, safer, faster drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Heck
Well,
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And myself too. And I'm not going to leave myself out. I'm going to use it to watch my own videos and to
Mhm.
see where I can improve and what I can do differently. And I think that is one of the beautiful things about being able to do that and use that Sentinel system is that we can use it for training aids and learning. And I think it's fantastic.
Plus, you
Now
can
we
see what's
can-
going
and-
on at the track while
Right,
you're
but
there.
we
Correct.
can get the raw footage versus the cell footage, correct? The
Yes,
transmitted footage.
I have it, and I'm
Yes.
editing it together.
Okay, good.
So the other beauty of that is that as we are a broad and diverse team, Jeremy and I were out there together on track,
Woohoo!
and my fastest lap was chasing Jeremy. Because and that's the beauty of having the video is you can go back and look at the video. That's one of my friends. Now I can go back and watch what was I doing during that fastest lap.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
that's
you
the
kept
beauty of it,
sticking your
is you
foot
can-
out the door and kicking like a skateboard. I saw that.
a couple times, but I didn't.
No, that
you know, I mean,
that was me in the Civic trying to get up the hill.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, you probably could. That hill is kind of brutal on a Civic.
Oh, it's tough.
It's just like yum 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 yum. All right. Let's see. Let's go on to festivities. We had some listener questions that I'm going to skip down to. First listener question. I believe this is a fellow podcaster. He was scouting for the upcoming NASA Nationals championship later this year, and he was concerned and wanted our opinions on bathroom selection.
What?
Bathroom selection.
Well, I usually I just go to the one that doesn't have someone in it most of the time.
Yep.
But then there's other times when you want company, when you're feeling lonely. So
That's a
I
different
don't,
bathroom. That's
yeah,
down
it
in
doesn't-
town.
You know,
That's a
I
different
don't.
bathroom.
Like I'm pretty flexible with that. Like sometimes, if it's later at night or earlier in the morning, there's different things that happen with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Pretty sure all the bathrooms were pretty good. They were clean. They had showers.
Yep. Hot water. Everything.
Hot water all over the
So-
place. Heck yeah.
So is he going to pit for the Nationals?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So the best showers for the men
Mhm.
are up in the other garage, the top garage.
The one on the
those
top
are
of the
definitely-
hill. Yes.
Yep, on the top of the hill. Those are definitely the best showers. The best bathroom itself is the one in the main building where the
Mhm.
timing tower is and everything. That's the best
Yep.
bathroom.
And
Bingo.
if it's busy, the ones that are used the least are over by the go-karting track.
Heck
Yes.
yeah.
So
Yep.
if you're at a time when lots of people are looking, that's the least populated. Anyway.
Yep. I mean,
Uh,
the
The women's
important things.
bathrooms
That's
are always clean and always available.
oh, okay. Well, you ladies are much nicer than we are. So
and neater and apparently much more accurate, but we'll leave it at that.
Yes.
Another listener wrote in and asked us to give a summary on how the new motor performed and how it went for the first weekend. Anybody want to take on that one?
I think the motor went flawlessly. I don't think we had any real issues. We had a couple,
Motor was beautiful.
just a couple teething processes of putting a motor together.
Mhm.
We put it all together and it worked great. And we had a solid 45 psi oil pressure while we were cranking it, right when we first built it. And then then we tightened the line to the fuel pressure gauge, and then we had 60 psi oil.
Yeah.
So a couple oil leaks here and there, no big deal. But other than that, we didn't have any real issues. It fired up. It seemed like it ran well. We're going to change the oil after this race, but I don't think we had any overheating issues. I think the temperature stayed fine, as far as I know. And we didn't run out of gas. Didn't have any issues there, and it felt like it gave power to everybody. Right, didn't cut out anyone, so that's 2 points on that one. So
Yeah.
So looking back on it, scale of 1 to 10, how difficult was the overall project, and any tips or tricks you learned?
What do you think, Nick?
I think a 1 out of 10 difficulty. That's kind of hard because going into it,
You thought it
I
was?
I thought it was like a 10 level.
Okay.
But having somebody there, and
A good
walking me,
doctor.
yeah,
Dr. Honda.
walking everybody through the process, it actually kind of dropped down to about a 6 to 7.
Can I
I
augment
would
that?
have to say, yeah.
I think it's a very long series of like 4s.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say 4s. I would say anywhere between 4s and 6s.
Details.
Yeah. And I think that's the main thing, is that there's a lot of detailed work in it. But
It's not hard.
it's not hard, but it's precise.
Detailed.
Right, and not having the guidance to follow exactly what we need to do, we're kind of just following, in some senses going blind and like, hey, let's fix this, let's fix that. But we had the support of someone that's done this before,
Right.
so, and they've had issues with it before, so we
Mhm.
had that guidance, so that did bring the level down quite a bit. But
Yeah.
we did a motor
Yeah.
and a transmission rebuild, and then changed out to a different motor type, which gave us a couple hiccups with some wiring and things like that. But we
Yeah.
love changing distributors. It's our favorite thing to do. So
Mhm.
I don't.
We're very
So
good
many-
at that now.
So many
We
distributors.
spread the love like that.
Mhm.
It's not a problem here.
I think on a difficulty to 1 to 10, an engine rebuild is, for a lot of people, very difficult. 7 if you have help, right? So I
Mhm.
completely agree with that. I think the 10 difficulty level was making sure that spark plug wires are in correct location.
Yeah. Okay,
Um,
so last add-on question to this was, do you think you could do it again without Dr. Honda?
I think that if we did it, we would have Dr. Honda on as phone a friend.
Well, that's always.
So I think
he
the
does
one
house
side of
calls
like
and FaceTime.
rebuilding a motor, typically the way it's done is you're going to send the block over to the machine shop. They tell you how much garbage you have, and then you send them a bucket or 3 of money, and they put it back together for you. That's not really what we did. We had the machine shop clean up our block, but then we were filing ring end gaps, which is kind of ridiculous for home builders to do. That's just not what's done. It's done by the pros, like people that know what they're doing, or someone like the good doctor holding your hand. Hey, this is how you do this. It ain't so bad. And thankfully, it's only 4 cylinders, so we didn't have to do too terrible with that. So
and the other thing too is that we never really had to build the cam section itself, where the
head
valves
was
go.
built. Yeah,
The head was already assembled, and we did go back and we double checked everything in there. But I think that if we had to go in and start setting pins and rocker arms, and we were kind of trying to chase something in there, and it started falling apart, and Chris is like, no. But I think if the shop had already done that for us, we just went and we just double checked it. So having
and that's
that
where the guidance gets us is no, don't go that way. It's dangerous over there.
Yeah.
You did do valve lash though, right?
What?
You did do the valve lash adjustment.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So
in a complete motor teardown and complete motor rebuild, it's definitely the hardest thing that you're going to do in any automobile. It is the most complicated, the most precise. So if you think, and might be getting off track here, but if it's hard for you, any listeners to replace suspension components or, brake components or, other things in the car, do not attempt rebuilding an engine because it is the hardest thing to do in an automobile.
It is. And the thing is too, is while doing it, is that what the biggest takeaways that I've learned is just don't take anything for granted. Double check a third time to make sure that your precisions are correct in your measurements before you button that thing up. And, there's a lot of times when I was just like, oh yeah, well the machine shop did it and it's fine. No, you got to go in there and just double check it all, because once it's buttoned up is, lots of things can go bad and it can just ruin your whole race and probably the race after that. So that was the big takeaway. Doing it again, I would still probably want somebody close by to do it with me. And of course, Alan and I really worked on, the exterior parts of it, but the internals, that was some heavy duty stuff. But you know what? Taking everything off, just touching it and working on it with somebody takes the mystery out of it. And it's just a big mystery until you start taking the top off and the head off and start looking at things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the next round, more likely than not, we probably would have a machine shop present us back with a rotating mass. So you got pistons, crank, ready to go, and a head that we bolt together and then make an engine.
Okay.
I think we might have, again, leaned on the good doctor a bit because he knows how to do this, because I think we're a little short on time. We had to get some parts from unknown locations on Painium. That's fine. So, that was in it too. Even though we had a bunch of time to do this, it takes time to figure out what parts we need and some of that stuff. So it was a pretty deep, complex process. I'm right there with Jim Ray on, the engine is one of the more challenging things. I would almost say transmissions sometimes are more complicated, but that's
oh my gosh, transmissions are still
because
very scary.
He went through the whole manual transmission and put new, blocker rings and all that kind of good stuff in there too. So, and typically with it, you would just take your transmission out and put it back in, or just do the output seals and input seals. Do 3 seals, drain and refill the fluid. It's good to go. That's not what we did. We went through the transmission as well. So. We went deep on it. We went deep. And like I said, finding ring end gaps is just something no typical builder does. I mean, a machine shop does that. Yeah. They all do it, just not the monkeys like us.
And the other thing too, in this whole process of this engine was that I am walking around with this service manual like a textbook. I really am. And I'm taking notes, I'm writing in it. And, I hope that, the good doctor out there, Dr. Honda, Chris, and the people that I do call and talk to about that are people that I have called on after I've exhausted what I know and I've researched and tried to do myself, or I'm running out of time and trying to figure stuff out. So I do try to use those people as not last resorts, but as
sparingly as possible.
Well, yeah, but just to know that, I'm working on doing this myself. And, of course, I call Alan, I call everybody for tips. And, working with Alan this winter has seriously, every time Alan and I get together, we do work really well together.
Except
in the hangar. Oh, well, but listen, Alan and I work really well together, and I have learned a huge amount from Alan just alone in working things. And thank you, Alan, so very much for everything. And
well, you're very welcome. Listen, we took all the parts apart, so that was the nice part about it. And the kitschy part of it is like we label all the stuff, but that's so we know what they are.
Right.
Like that's so we make sure we're and many times we stop and we're talking about vocab. No, what is this now? What? No, and I'll stop. No, that's not what it is. What is this? Okay. Right. And it's annoying, but it's like, all right, so let's just and listen, all the cars are different. Like you're learning the Honda, like and we learned the truck before. So it's it's just front wheel drive, rear wheel drive. It's a thing. It's just cars.
Yeah. We need to interrupt our listener questions for the first award of this episode. The first award goes to Miss Vicki. You get the Miss Fix-It Award for this weekend.
Oh, I do?
Because you were head in that car, feet sticking out, flailing around like you were a swimmer.
I was just trying to chase down stuff, trying to figure out what was going on. What it was the oil leaks kind of worried me, or the fluid drops they worried me because it felt like I didn't have something connected right, or something was loose. So I was really trying to chase that down. I don't know what it was, but the other thing too is that what we had not done, which was going to be one of the very first things that I do when we get the Civic, because Alan doesn't need to be there for this one, is I'm just going to clean out the underside of it, because we did have a little bit of oil that was coming, don't know where. and
No, we do. We do. It was
the nut and bolt, and because we
the
didn't
cooler
mark
line.
we didn't mark our
The
nut
one
and
cooler
bolts.
line, yeah. We didn't.
So-
yeah, we talked about it. We just
Right.
didn't get it all done.
No,
Yeah, the
and
open trailer is
actually-
awesome for that too. Is you take the open trailer to the car wash, and then it's kind of up, and you can like spray it right on.
Oh,
the
that's
car
a good
wash, 'cause
idea.
That car is crazy low because it's a race car.
Yeah.
To
Race
the
car.
ground, so it's just easier if you do it on the open.
That's a
trailer.
good idea. I
Heck
can
yeah.
clean the trailer
to all
too.
you listeners, out there, via Alan, if you have a crazy low car, it's automatically a race car.
Race car.
I mean, this one's a race car, so
Okay.
Yeah. But listen,
I know.
also,
I'm just picking.
I cannot speak enough about you investing, people out there who are working on cars and learning how to do this kind of stuff. Invest in a very good service manual. Do
Yes.
that, and it's probably about 80 or 90 bucks. And
Depends.
listen,
I can get them for 20 or 30 electronically.
yeah, right. Electronics, you can do that, but you're going to end up paying out for, paper and all that stuff anyway. But in order to have it, there is troubleshooting inside it. So when you start having difficulties, you can usually find the answer. And especially when it comes to wiring, the wiring manuals are in there. There's something to be said for the Hayes manuals, and they're the thinner ones, and they have the
Haynes.
pictures, Haynes, and they have like the newspaper. Get yourself a really, really good one.
Get the
Because
best one that's printed.
right, because you can do a lot with that. Holy cow. I can't speak enough about how much I've learned just out of that.
And to bridge off that, the other side of it is you go on the interwebs, because there's always other knuckleheads having these same problems with their cars.
Right.
So is it VW Vortex? Is it a Ranger Road? Whatever your whatever kind of car you have, there's knuckleheads out there that love those things and either having the same problems, and that's a YouTube certified, or you just find someone else. Oh yeah, hey, I had this problem too, and I did this or that. So the service managers brought some. Just go to YouTube, see if there's a ton of problems with it. Geo Metro third gear shift problems. Boom, go, and then you find out what's out there.
Yep.
And just having other resources. If you know someone else knows a lot about these cars, then that's a good resource too. But yeah, definitely get as much information, service manuals, as you can about the car.
Indeed. All right. Next listener question. What was the best team there? It's a two-part question. So what was the best team there?
It was a combination team of Garage Heroes in Training and Three Pedal Mafia.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The follow-up question is, and why was it
Why what?
Daddy's Velvet Love Seat?
And what?
And why? What was the best team there? And why was it Daddy's Velvet Love Seat?
Daddy's Velvet Love Seat.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
That team. I didn't see
That went way
They're,
over my head.
Well, apparently there's a team there that was Daddy's Velvet Love Seat,
Daddy's
and
Velvet
they're
Love
looking for a
Seat.
shout out. So
There
very
you
well
go.
done,
Points for
Daddy's
them.
Velvet
Heck
Love Seat.
yeah.
Daddy's Velvet Love Seat. How did I
Listen-
miss
Daddy
that?
does enjoy a Velvet
I
Love
like
Seat,
the
so I'm gonna have to give him 2
name.
points there. Yeah.
I know, right?
Listen,
Probably
I-
because there was 110 teams there.
yes, I have a message to Daddy's Velvet Love Seat. Daddy's Velvet Love Seat. We have paid full price for a worldwide mention of your team. We expect our usual payment. Several stickers need to be in the mail pronto.
Or
And you
Come
gotta
visit
come on the
us.
podcast.
That's
come visit us at New Jersey Motorsports Park.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
We'll give
right.
you swag.
Heck yeah.
Our final we had many listeners who wrote in, some of them with tears. They're looking for an update on the cookie status. Very concerned.
Jennifer.
Very concerned.
It's a little blue. It's a little sad.
So for the home gamers who may not have been playing on the Instagramish or the interwebs, Miss Jen, would you like to describe the trauma and the travels of the cookie?
Well, Saturday night it was Saturday night. No, Friday night. Yeah, Friday night.
Saturday, I think.
Yeah. So somebody took our cookie.
What?
I know. And not, I can't imagine. Everybody, was liquored up, I guess. Nobody was paying attention. And it just
I had
walked
fed the
away.
cookie, and it next thing I knew, it's gone.
Yep. It's gone. So
And
next
you really
thing-
wouldn't think you'd have to lock up your cookie. You know,
No.
you think people would just respect that that's your cookie and not, you know,
I
take
know.
off with it. But
It's not
I
going to
guess
blow
not.
away in the wind. I mean, that's
Because
a heavy
we are a
cookie.
family-friendly show, I'm not going to say why the cookie disappeared.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. All right. So, Miss Jen, the cookie disappeared. Then what did we proceed? What was the next bit of
Well,
data that we got?
What happened was we received a ransom message. These terrorists created this website,
And it was, yeah.
held our cookie hostage for
It was called
Pennzoil.
kidnapcookie.com. Kidnapped.
kidnapcookie.com.
Yep.
So we tried to conduct some interviews and find out where the cookie was.
Mhm.
And
We did
then
He
try.
was
We
in
didn't-
tears.
We didn't try
They
that hard,
demanded
but we did.
two cases of Kendall oil, but we
yeah.
were going to only offer them like 1 can of used breakage fluid.
Yeah. So so anyway, they accepted, the demands and Vicki can tell you the rest because I can't with a straight face.
I did quite a bit of searching because I'm really close to that cookie. We, Vicki and I, we built it. So we really love it. So I looked all over people's trailers.
Mhm.
I was, I didn't pull a lot of door handles, but I did some.
Yeah.
I was looking in
The
stuff.
ladies' bathroom
I was
that you
creeping
kept
around.
investigating was very weird.
I
but, you know.
didn't actually go in the ladies' bathroom, but I had some people go in there for me.
Mhm.
I did a lot of searching because I was really, really worried about it. But and then I guess thankfully the ladies were able to negotiate with these horrible people.
I believe
And, get things-
I believe it was a
get things
result
turned
of
around right.
a plead by one Miss Vicki, if I remember correctly. There was a
Yes, I did plead the case, and then we did put our cookie out there as lost. And
Mhm.
if we had more time, we were going to put our cookie on milk cartons as missing,
Mhm.
but that didn't happen either.
Yeah, well,
But
there was
because we didn't have enough time,
no.
because demands were quite pressed. But we
Yes.
did find out that the terrorists,
And it was scary too, though, because they said they were going to eat the cookie. They said
They
they'd eaten
did.
other cookies too.
Oh, and you know
So
what?
I was
we
really
did.
worried.
We did do some interviews, and I
Wait.
think
Jennifer,
we
you were the
interviewed-
reporter for the interview.
I
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Did you do some detective work while you were reporting?
Well, I thought maybe, the last time it was the Cookie Monster car,
Mhm.
so, I figured we'd go out and see if, there was anything in that,
Mhm.
he did.
I
He did
check
ask
the
some
trailer pretty
pointed.
thoroughly.
He did ask some
did.
pointed questions.
Yeah.
He asked what flavor the cookie was and how big
Mhm.
the cookie was, and
Mhm.
has no idea who would ever steal a cookie. The cookie
Wow.
sounded delicious.
For a moment, I thought it was the Mustang.
Mhm.
Yes, I did too.
Mhm. But these people, they had camouflaged themselves and worn
did.
masks and balaclavas and baklavas and everything.
And they talked in sketched voices.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
This is really high tech stuff here.
it was pretty high tech.
Yep.
But we got our cookie back, and we offered to send the Girl Scouts to their nation
Mhm. Mhm.
as emissaries.
Emissaries, yeah.
As emissaries.
And I had
Oh, man.
So
Jennifer still at the Cookie Nation.
so I just want to report this. This is the first time that you people are hearing about this. We were contacted on the Book of Faces. And according to an article on the Book of Faces, the bandits, thieves, they are now running for Congress, local Congress in their local city.
Ah,
So what has our country come to? Cookie nappers are running for public
this was
office.
a pretty political race too. We had there's an impeachment going on. There was so much stuff going
Yeah,
on.
right,
Yeah, there was. We had
It was
there was
quite
an
the eventful
impeachment
race.
That's right. Impeach
of one
the
of the
dish.
judges that
Yep.
yeah.
Little
Yeah,
did
And
they
it was
know.
amazing. Those
we
little
had
cards they had, they
balloons.
stuck right to your forehead too. You could just wear them right around. Impeach Bish. It's great.
Yeah.
The
We had
military was there. It's
That's right.
crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
There's military actions
Chinese-
going on.
Yep.
Jennifer was gonna put her tattoo sleeve on and beat somebody's ass.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. Thank you for holding back, and I appreciate that. We really,
Jennifer's
as
life
representatives
philosophy.
of Chrissy's mom's cookies, I think we all need to just take a deep breath, and just,
So
Chrissy's mom's cookies gets into some messes.
I would like the particular people involved with this to realize that Jennifer's life is defined by her favorite phrase, "Sun's out, guns out." So if it's a sunny day,
watch out. It was, you better.
If it's a sunny day, be prepared for the beat.
Just one gun.
That's right.
I think so. I think, what can we learn from all this? I think maybe we just need to leave more cookies around the pit stall, so that it's like a sacrificial anode kind of thing, so maybe they can just like find those cookies and be like, I don't want this big one, but there's a whole thing of maybe,
While we're on the subject of cookies,
yes,
I have to say big shout out to Chrissy's mom for her oatmeal bisque cookies.
Yes.
Those things were the best cookies I've ever eaten in my life.
Oh my gosh.
I would
had
like to
those
say,
chocolate ones too. She sent the chocolate. Holy cow. They were the perfect bit of crunch on the outside and soft on the inside. She's amazing.
I would like to say,
I concur.
We have sponsors with no return on investment on our sponsorship for Chrissy's mom's cookies, and
because the payment came in via a container of cookies, and I ate all of it before.
See, that's the point. That's the point I was going to get to, is that usually we get paid at the race with a box of cookies. However, apparently the cookies were so good, I not only didn't get to eat any, I didn't get to see them. They were gone so fast.
Jeremy, all he was is in the corner making yum yum noises.
Yep.
I think you still have a few cookies in your beard, sir.
I've been
your
pulling
own
pieces out
for $6.99. Contact Bill Fisher.
That's right. I know people. All right, so we get to our traditional near the end of this episode. Oh, I've got to interrupt. Hold on, it's time in my script. I need to give out the second award for the weekend. Hold on, I got to scroll down to where I hid these. My second award. Let's go with the Black Flaggers. Let's get them out of the way. Jennifer.
Yes.
You get
Black Flag Award.
the superstar of positivity, because you were just like floating around the entire weekend, having such good time that you didn't even mind having to go get your baptism to get rid of the harm that you had done and the shame of getting your black flag.
I agree.
I did have a good weekend.
That's because she had a lot of naps.
Jennifer, you had a wonderful weekend.
I've never seen that girl nap so hard.
No, she gave
her nap game was on point.
That girl decompressed at the race
for a few minutes, and Bill's like, "Do you want me to turn the lights out?" Yes, please.
I am
never saw her
usually
again.
King of nap, but Miss Jennifer has taken my title. It's fine. All right, very well. All right, so Miss Vicki, I believe you and Jeremy are going to argue about the answer to this, but as everyone knows who's paid attention and plays the home game, I am a big proponent of going and having goals. So what were our goals going into this race? Jeremy and Vicki, fight.
Have an operational car, keeping it clean, no black flags.
Nope. Quantitative.
Oh.
Well, our typical is top half.
Top half. That's right. Top half. And Jeremy has a protest that he's filed on the team website. Jeremy, what is your protest? What are the grounds and goals of your protest? Yes. RashiersandTraining.com. Yes. I believe you are unsatisfied with the top 50%. I believe that was the general note that I read on your submitted proposal.
Yes. My submitted proposal was top 30%.
30%. Miss Vicki,
30%.
top
Because
30%.
I believe that much in our team.
I was shooting for. Go ahead, Jeremy. I'm sorry.
I believe that much in our team that we could have absolutely made top 30%.
Miss Vicki, what is your response to Jeremy's proposal? I don't want to have this internal.
Yeah, I know.
this
I was
internal
shooting
strife.
for top 25%,
Okay, so
25, but
where are we ending up?
25, 30.
we did
Yep.
not do that because
Well,
we
What do we-
had the clutch
we-
issue.
38%.
We did not
Yeah.
get
That's
there.
my
we
guess.
We did not get there. So what was the goal? I need to know.
That was the goal.
No, what was the goal?
That was the goal.
Which one? You guys had different numbers.
He has 30%. I was 25 because I thought we could. Because listen, we were going to go in. Car was running great. I know I had high expectations going in, but I had a lot of faith in our team.
Yeah, I think she was really counting on one of our drivers that's an instructor to pull some lap times. We have one of those guys
butts
that's
and
done like
seats.
1,000 laps there, and I just never, he never
fit in. He couldn't get his head in the car, but he couldn't get his head in the game. But
So I am gonna say, had we not had the issues that we had on Sunday and being off track for 2 hours
with the clutch,
that our top 30%, yes,
we would have met top
30. 30% would have been. We would have met it without question.
Yeah.
Because listen,
27th, and we were gaining and gaining and gaining every single lap until that happened. We were in the top 30%, close to top 25% until that clutch issue.
Yeah, and because it was we were doing fast turnovers in the pits, and we were really organized. And
I think from previous pit stuff, the fact that this car does not burn a lot of gas means that when we pour 1 6-gallon Hunsinger in there, that's usually an hour and a half stint.
Yeah. It was
and
like
that
1.5
huge help, right? Because you're not pouring and waiting for the spills and blah blah blah. Like you just pour it, send it, done.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that was helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
I concur.
All right. So my issue with this, I do not mind that we raise our target. I'm cool with that. That's fine. But the goal of this week was to shake down a brand new motor.
That was the goal. Yes. Absolutely.
Yep. But I don't think we reflected. If we change our goal to 25 or 30%, pick your number, then we're not taking into account that we are actually really trying to just get the car to finish, which, newsflash, we did.
We did. Absolutely. We did. So goal obviously is always to finish. It's always fun to place well because we deserve it. We're very good drivers, very good team. And obviously
we had two black flags.
And obviously, the main priority was going into this weekend was to make sure that we had a good motor, that the motor that Vicki and Alan and with the help of the good doctor.
The good doctor. Thank you, doctor.
With the help of the good doctor, they built this motor and they put it in the car and they did a fantastic job. The motor break-in process was absolutely perfect. Everyone did their job in breaking in the motor and it ran absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, there's clutch issues, but that's a separate thing. Okay.
Right. So the main goal, obviously, to break in the motor was met. The top 25, top 30%, we were very close to that target.
So we came in 41st out of 106 cars, which is 39%.
39%. Okay.
Not bad.
Nope.
In class, we were 7 out of 25, which is 28%. Really close. And this is in a car that, with the exception, we had one fast lap, but it was faster than every other lap. And if you look at our fast lap versus the rest of the field, just so people don't think we were misclassed, Jeremy, we were 60th, 60 fastest or slowest on the track. So lower half, which is 57%.
But now hold on, Bill. But wait a minute. That was one lap for one guy. The rest of them weren't running that lap.
Not there.
I'm just saying.
Exactly. So
I was doing that.
That was the blind squirrel finds a nut. If you look at the rest of our laps, except for that one lap, we were more towards 65. But that's fine. So I think we were classed okay. Especially
it was classed appropriately.
Especially since we've had trouble. We have had a consistent streak of 3-digit finishes, which are never good. So not too
And we
bad.
broke it this weekend.
And we did. We broke it again this weekend. So we need to do that.
Wonderful job, team.
So two
Heck yeah.
things we have to fix: no black flags, and bringing the car fixed.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
like
Very well. This brings me to my next award for the weekend.
Listener question.
Nope. Listener question we did. Award for the weekend. I would like to present this to Alan. Alan, you get, it's a shiny award, so we know you like it. You are I Am Iron Man.
Yes.
Because
Yes,
you
was...
not only double stinted for 2 different cars, you
Mhm.
also double stinted for my Darth helmet head. Got out and then got back in.
He came in
Yes.
a little broken too, because I don't know if anybody is really aware of Alan's situation, but Alan has a broken collarbone that is healed. Meh. So he
Oh,
has
Jesus.
so when the harness lays
It's tight
on
on the
his
harness, yeah.
shoulder in such
Yeah.
a way, it creates pain and rubbing, and he ended up doing that double stint. And
it didn't
he was
wear through
quite
this time.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
quite sore
it was
when he
painful
came
before,
in.
but this one, yeah. So I had already done a stint in the Maxima, and then we went to put Bill in. He tried to get in, and we didn't actually have the seat. I think there was one more notch on the seat we could have given him, but in the heat of the moment, he was a little worried, and erred on the side of caution. Like, listen, I don't want to get stuck in the car and not be able to get out, because he never likes to get out of the car when it's on fire. But anyway,
Which is a smart move.
So
for any
Mhm.
listeners out there, if you don't fit in the car, if your head is close to the roll cage, do
Don't.
not drive that car.
Absolutely.
If you can't get out of the car in, I like 3 seconds, but I think the official rule is like 5 or 10. I like 3.
Yeah.
If you can't get out in at least under 10 seconds, don't drive the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not
And that's a motivated time. I'm not talking about casually getting out in the paddock. Just pretend the car is, say, on fire. What would you do? I basically dive. Whenever I get tested for my racing license, I will put the car next to the grass and I will literally Greg Louganis right out of the car head first. It takes me like a second. It's not a problem, because when the car is on fire, I don't care if I get a grass stain on my suit. Anyway, there you go. So let's see. We've got 2 more awards. We've got an award for Jeremy. Jeremy, I just blanked on the name of the movie. You get the Seymour Award from the one with the plant. What's the name of the plant movie?
Oh, Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors. You are the Seymour Award, which you just kept eating up any driving that you could get this weekend. You're like Honda Civic, Mazda 3. Hey, does the judge have their car need to be moved? Would you like this? Would you like this cookie? No, I bet you would, because I'm not giving these up. You were the Seymour Award. You were just eating everything up, man.
It was amazing. It was so cool. And a big shout out to 3 Pedal Mafia and Chris and Chrissy for that. When we had that clutch issue, we came in. I jumped out of the car, no more than got my helmet off, and their driver had to retire his stint early. Nobody was ready on the team. So Mr. Chris Abbott turned and looked at me and said, "Put your helmet on and get in my car and go drive it."
Mm-hmm. And
that
Miss
was
Vicki,
absolutely spectacular.
I don't think you saw the face of Miss Vicki as you were pulling away. She's like, the lip was quivering.
I'm
she's
sorry.
Like, but my clutch.
I'm so sorry.
No,
okay.
no, it was fine.
I
I
felt
just
bad,
turned around
and
and
Bill
like,
was like-
nobody was around. I'm like, geez, I tell you what, I actually hopped on Alan's bike after you had left, and I had gone all the way around the pit trying to find a pressure bleeder that would help me do this, because I didn't really have, anything to help me. And I come across this little vacuum thing. I'm like, oh, we need that. So I sent Bill out. Right.
Yep.
So I sent Bill out, and he didn't really know what he was going for, but he went out anyway. And I'm like, you need to go now. So, and I just kept trying to fix like other little tweaks in the car until he came back. But I mean, everybody was busy, but I mean, what am I going to do?
I know.
Yeah.
So,
Alan
I
was
did
driving.
feel bad, and Bill yelled at me too to get in the car. So I just
no, it was fine. At that point when the car came in, we were, whatever gains that we were going to have, it was kind of done, and
I mean, everybody had their
it
role.
was fine. Everybody had their role.
Alan was driving in Yuri's car. Jeremy was driving in Chris and Chrissy's car. Jen was napping. I was going to do my parts run. I mean, we all had our roles to play on the team.
But I think one thing to help some of this, if we do have radio issues again, because I swear I saw Vicki out on my bike up by the north garages or the upper garages, whatever it is, the event garage,
Yeah.
excuse me. So it is always good to have a spot on track where a driver, if they lose comms, can know to look for somebody on the outside, just for hand signals, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know it's worked out well before, but
speaking from experience, I know that it did not work out very well at Thompson when I was waving
sometimes those drivers
orange shirt for the person who's okay. So let's cover the before we get to the traditional good, bad, and the ugly. Let's cover the final award of the weekend, and that goes to me, and it is the Darth Helmet Award. Do not let your head get too big to get into a car. That would be me. Darth Helmet.
Yep. That's a perfect award.
Thank you.
And I can't imagine, because it's not like the car was ever in the garage with the exact same seat in it that you didn't fit in every single time we worked on it. Every time.
So
every time.
Every time. I do have to say I wore a special shirt because I knew Bill was going to get a Darth. Oh, come on. What's going on? Can everybody see who's on my
Yoda.
shirt?
Little Papa Yodes.
Yep, little Yoda. I had a feeling that he was going to get the Darth Award.
That's right. Anything we learned? Anybody? It was kind of a non-consequential race. Everything went kind of smooth. Any notable learnings?
I learned that there is a yellow flag the entire time that the corner workers eat lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is.
At PittRace. That is
yellow.
specific to PittRace.
Double yellow. Yep. That's because Jennifer never goes out during lunchtime because she's usually making lunch.
Ever.
That's true.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. What can we improve for next time? I would like to volunteer. The first answer is bring the car working.
This is true. Well,
okay.
All right.
We had,
Okay.
Agreed.
Anything else? Okay.
No,
I think we just need to practice more of the stuff, like the pit stops, the getting out of the car.
Yeah.
Like that would have saved you getting out of the car. And then we had radio issues, right? We had
the radio issues are consistent.
They borrowed our radios, and our radios didn't work for them, and our radios didn't work for us.
So, Miss Vicki,
Yeah.
I am.
Oh no.
I'm sad to say I am going to be occupied for the One Lap of America for your birthday.
Yep.
But I would like to announce what your birthday present is on the podcast. Take this time. Take this time. You know what you're getting for your birthday?
No.
You are getting a new helmet and comm of your choice. All I need is for you to either unscrew your head or go with me to the store. Your choice.
Okay.
Okay.
Miss Vicki.
That's a good gift.
Happy birthday.
I like it.
Thank
Heck
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeremy, what kind of helmet should she get if it fits her head?
I would highly recommend my new helmet is a Stilo. I would highly recommend them. They are lighter weight than most helmets, and the comm system is fully integrated into the helmet to the point of you don't even realize it's there.
Mm-hmm. And you can't talk loud to a person with a Stilo helmet because they say it's too loud. Fancies.
Yes.
Anyway. All right. Very well. Good, bad, and the ugly. Good, bad, and the ugly. Who wants to volunteer first answers? Don't all jump at once.
I think the good was that the goal was to get a car that was going to run the race as a race car, because it's a race car, and finish the race. And we got there. We are garage shooters in training, so we wear our training pants seriously.
Mhm.
And listen, we had some stuff, we break it, we fix it, right? It got out there racing again. So I think that was good.
Okay.
Am I supposed to do all three now or no?
Yeah.
Just-
The good,
yeah.
bad, and the ugly. That's kind of the game.
So I think what was the bad? I don't know. I don't I think when cars get a little too high, like the one next to us, I think that was bad. That Probity car had a little thermal
Little-
event, I think, something like that.
Little what are those called? S'mores?
S'mores, yeah, got a little toasty there.
Didn't smell good.
And
either.
no, it didn't. It had a very good smell. And then I think the ugly, I don't think I have any ugly on that one. I'm trying to think.
Well, if you think of one, we've got 3 more
I
people
will,
playing
yeah,
the game.
I'll chime in. Heck yeah.
Okay. Next, Miss Jen, you got the good, bad, and the ugly?
The good was seeing everybody, the first race of the season.
Mhm.
It was a fun time. There really wasn't any bad for me. I mean, I didn't even have to come in for any black flags or anything.
She
No,
slept
you let
through
somebody
most
else.
of it.
You let somebody else do that. She didn't come in for any black flags. She let other people do that for her. Her minions.
And I mean, there wasn't any ugly either. I mean, it really. I mean, it rained Saturday night, but it was fine. Like, we had all our stuff covered up. It was good.
Yeah. All right. Miss Vicki or Jeremy, who wants to go next?
Go ahead, Vicki.
I would say that it was the good was just a beautiful weekend and hanging out with friends. It was nice. It was easy. This weekend was really easy. Like it really kind of felt like everything was organized and not very chaotic at all. And I have to say that was really excellent. I wouldn't really say there was anything bad. I think the bad was just my expectation. I think I kind of went in.
Yeah, you were talking win.
No, I
crazy
wasn't
person.
talking win. I wasn't
Yes, you
talking
were.
win.
I was in the car.
I think what I was talking about, well, yeah, maybe because the level that we were in, but no, I think that my expectation was kind of high going in because we just worked so hard on the car. And I couldn't foresee anything really going wrong with it. So I think that was the bad. It's just I should have just, had a good time and not really kind of worry so much about it. And there was no ugly.
Okay. Mr. Santa Claus, Jeremy Hall.
So, like Vicki, the good for me was the group of people that we had. We got to hang out with all of our close friends and our good race friends. And that was the good for me. It's we go to the racetrack to race, but it's really nice to be with people that we enjoy being with and, make it super easy for us to be there. I would say the bad for me was, the fact that we just could not get that clutch issue fixed at the track. And I think the ugly for me was a combination of 2 different things. One, the car next to us that caught fire. But luckily the driver got out. And then also the car that was pitted behind us, the BMW that sheared all the Chinese lug nuts. Let that be a lesson to all of you listeners. Do not put Chinese lug nuts on your vehicles. And sheared all of the lug nuts off. They finally got it fixed Saturday night, only to go out on track on Sunday and forget to put the hood pins in. And
that's what happened.
Smashed.
I thought that was all one thing. I didn't realize they got back out.
Oh, they got out Sunday and they started. They forgot the hood pins and they did a ton of damage to the car.
How can you
destroyed
do
the windshield, destroyed the roof, destroyed the hood. I mean, it was bad. They hit something because they couldn't see because the hood was up over the windshield. So that the combination of those 2 things were the ugly for me.
Can't imagine ever doing that.
Bill. What episode's that, Bill?
It's I don't know. I know where it was. I don't know.
You're breaking up there, Jen. Hold on, I can't quite hear you.
Jen's laughing again. I thought you were taking a nap. You had my back. Okay. So the correct answers, in addition to the ones that my fellow teammates have given, the correct answers are the good highlight of the weekend. I have 3. I say the engine and the engine break-in and the engine performance is very good. Nice job, well done, people. I also think that the Sentinel was a hit. I think that worked pretty flawlessly. Cell signal was a little to be desired, but the data and the pictures that we got. Say that again. You broke up a little bit.
No, that was me. That was
Okay.
somebody else.
Okay, very good. And then I think, I think the little logbook that we've got set up helped us quite a bit in the mornings and getting everything done.
Who's
So,
that?
I don't know.
Yeah, the checklist definitely help out as far as just having something to look at to see what we got to work on. That was super awesome.
Yep. Okay. Second, the bad, I think the clutch, the low light of the weekend, clutch bleeding. We need to fix that. And then the ugly / story time, I have 2. One we've already covered with my award, the Darth Helmet of the Year award. And the second would be the recon / spying that was noted around our clubhouse. I believe that is terrible and something that we should cover to protect our fellow Lemons teams. Who would like to describe the reconnaissance spying events that are reported to have happened in the area of PittRace? Jeremy, you had an aluminum hat on for most of the weekend, so would you like to cover this?
Yes. Some dear friends, and they realized that the Chinese were spying on us and trying to read our thoughts and take our thoughts.
Mhm.
So our aluminum hats were there to prevent the spy balloon from taking our thoughts.
There was no balloon.
And also, we put all of our thoughts on TikTok so the Chinese couldn't steal them.
Yep, that's a good plan. I do
Yes.
know that we got a lot of compliments on the eye that was on the balloon that wasn't there. I believe that was well appreciated and was even a topic of discussion on the Everyone Racers podcast, which everybody should subscribe to. So just letting everybody know. All right.
Highly recommended.
Indeed. So what
And
can we
subscribe
learn?
to our podcast too, Garage Heroes
what?
and Training.
That'd be
Heck
good.
yeah.
That'd be good. You know what's even better, Jeremy?
Yes.
If they would give a review, would be fantastic.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you don't give a good review, Jen's going to put her tattoo sleeve on and beat your
That's
ass.
right. Sun's out, guns out.
She's done it before.
Indeed.
I think I have that tattoo sleeve in the hanger. I'm going to give it to her because I want to watch it.
She goes from the nice normal Miss Jen to like the female version of Popeye from Delaware. Okay, very well. All right, so what are we going to do next, ladies and gentlemen? What are we going to do as a team? What's our next event?
NJMP.
NJMP.
Joyzy, baby, Joyzy.
Yeah.
Right. Alan, is the Spider Stang coming back out? The Moose Stang?
I don't know. I will be campaigning that this time. It's a little tight to some family travel, but I'm fortunate enough to have my lovely bride allow me to go to the race. We planned this travel out of the country around this race, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, that's really close to the race. You sure you can go? I'm like, I'm sure I can go. Oh, yeah.
Was
So
there
no,
another answer you could have used?
Yeah.
No.
So we discussed that one delicately, and no, I don't think we're gonna. But it's solid for Connecticut and New Hampshire. It will be rocking.
Okay. I will be participating separately in One Laugh of America. We will be podcasting like crazy people as long as Miss Vicki and I can get together and do some training on that. And then there's a chance that we will be at another HPDE prior to New Jersey, but we'll keep everybody posted on that. Anything else? Did I miss anything? Did we cover it?
Nope.
Okay.
We covered it. We brought the car to the track. We got it dirty. We drove it in the trailer.
That's true.
Took the flag.
That's true.
Right. That's the.
Took both
That's how you
flags.
do.
We
Saturday
took
and
both
Sunday.
flags Saturday. Yeah. And almost out of fuel.
Yes, you were
We almost
quite the
didn't take
nurse.
the flag.
We almost forgot that story. Jeremy, you were nursing it for was that Saturday or Sunday?
That was
Sunday.
that was Sunday, the end of the day.
Yeah. Jeremy calls me in. He's like, fuel starve. And I'm like, you got 10 minutes. Suck it up, puppy cup. And he did.
Awesome.
So the best part
It's
about
all
that
about
is
being gentle.
that's right.
Mhm.
Yes, he caressed it fondly. So if you're at the YouTube, do not caress it fondly. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. Oh, sorry, I don't know. I've been watching a lot of YouTube recently. Did we learn anything? Is there anything we learned? Yes, there is. Go to the track with a fixed race car.
It is a good
People.
idea. I think.
Bill is sleeping in the bathtub tonight. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Indeed. Indeed. All
Mm.
right, very well. This is episode number 449. Is anybody playing the home game? Want to guess who our guest for episode number 450 would be?
Because I saw him yesterday and hung out with him, Randy Popes.
No, he is an excellent guest for number 450, but he is not. He is not.
Man,
He's a good guy though.
I did hang out with him yesterday though. He's a really cool guy.
He is. He's awesome. He even put up with us after we had recording issues. Whoops. It will be Ross Bentley. Ross Bentley.
Oh,
Yeah.
the one, the only Ross Bentley.
Another very nice guy as well. So, all right, we've done 450 of these bad boys. Should we do some more?
Yeah, I think
Sure.
so.
All right, very well. We will continue the saga, go into 500. We have a special multi-part episode coming up. It's not beginning Drivers 101. It's a surprise. It's probably going to happen in June or July. I got a lot of editing to do. Oh my God. So thank you, everybody. Had a great weekend.
It was fantastic
you.
weekend.
It was an amazing weekend.
Can't wait for New Jersey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
wait
my only concern is, like this one went really well. Like, is the next one gonna go like usual?
Shut your
Alan,
mouth. Shut your mouth.
I'm gonna put
I'm
you in
just
that
asking.
spy balloon.
Clutch up.
I'm gonna put you in that spy balloon.
Can I mute? Can I mute people myself? Can I? Oh, I
Mhm.
can. There's a button there.
Yes, even if it doesn't go according to plan, it's still going to be an amazing weekend because
That's right.
we will be with
Heck yeah.
good friends and having a wonderful weekend.
And
Heck yeah.
newsflash, I found a new allergy medicine, so I might not even be half sleepy when I'm walking around at the next race. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
All right. Very well. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Notice I only said one, not you, Alan. Great weekend. Had a good time.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to have to go with Miss Vicky's goals for the next one. I think we're going for top 25.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Go.
Got some work to
25%.
do. We're gonna
Very-
try getting some electrical system in the dashboard
Mhm.
straightened out.
Oh,
Heck
that's
yeah.
the other thing you have to do. We
Yep.
have to get all of those weird gauges out of there and get the real instrument cluster in the car
I
and
have
get
it
that
all.
all taken care of. Perfect.
I just
Okay.
have to double check everything, and then yeah, it'll be good.
Okay. Good.
Got a
Very well.
plan.
Gauges and dash has been added to the list.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Very
Gauges,
well.
dash, and clutch.
Yeah. Well, there's more than
Perfect.
that. There's 8 things.
Okay.
So we
That's
got-
okay. But it's a very small list and it's mostly very simple stuff.
Yeah. Clean
So-
nut
But
and
it's a
bolt.
small car too, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Clean nut and bolt, clutch, seats change, oils and fluids. Alan wants something, and then gauges
Yeah.
and dash. Sounds like we got fun. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yep.
Great weekend.
Thank you
as
so
always.
much.
Thanks
Thank
to-
you very much.
Thanks to all the
Bye.
teams. Thanks to all the safety and security people. Thanks to Lemon staff. It was a fantastic event.
Mhm.
As always.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right, bye.
Reverse alphabetical order. So
Good.
Alan's last, Vicky's
Last.
first, Jennifer and
Jeremy
Jeremy
and
night.
Jen duke it
You
out.
guys got to fight it out. You got to I don't know. I don't know spelling. So,
Technically, it should be Jeremy after Vicki, then Jen, then
if
Al.
he wants to go with actual letters, all right, that's fine.
Well, you know, this isn't you teaching math. We want exact answers here, not close enough. If it's not multiple choice, I'm out. Okay.
Jeremy, I'm gonna let you go first.
You want to go last?
Now,
Yes,
Alan
after you,
goes
and then I'm last.
Alan
That's
goes
very
last.
nice of you.
Okay.
Let's make
Thank
them
you.
think we're at least a little smarter than.
Yeah, we're 449 episodes in. We should be able to do an intro just one time.
I don't think so. You're asking way too much.
Obviously, I mean, I'm looking at this crew. It's much like when we go to a race. If we wanted to win, we would have brought different drivers. So, all right.
Hey.
Very well. Well, not you, Jeremy. Oh, sorry.
Hey, we are a great team,
Hell yeah.
and we did really, really well.
Just pretending not to be, but that's fine. Okay.
It's okay.
Welcome.
It was
to
the first race of the year.
We've
never done pit changes. We've never done pit stops before.
Well, no, Alan's never done pit stops
filmed
before.
One,
That's a
the
difference.
entirety.
Did you run out of room on your phone?
No, it was like 3 minutes.
That's not
maybe
terrible.
4.
That's not terrible.
Not terrible. That's not terrible at all.
No, it's not bad at all.
Jeremy, you want to see some bad stuff? You should see the pit stops we were doing at our first ever Lemons race.
No, I'm just talking about that we kept getting yelled at and screamed at.
Oh my gosh.
What
did Jennifer say, Jeremy?
She's gonna put her or what did you say, Jen? I'm gonna put my tattoo sleeve on and beat his ass. Oh my
Jeremy
god!
was
so
still
funny.
cracking up when he's telling me that story in the truck on the way home. I'm like, she said what?
Yeah.